Yeah, she likes it.
So everybody, if you're watching this right now, I'm doing an interview with Mike Raddick. He's from Bridgeport. He's Irish. You go say hi, Mike.
How you doing?
Okay, so Mike has agreed to come on camera to share his experience because he's been out here and he's from the neighborhood and he knows all this stuff. He's never been in the gang, but he was living in Bridgeport when Bridgeport was all white, and then when Hispanics came in, and he has a story, and we really need to know. This story needs to come out. Go ahead, Mike. Tell us your story, Mike.
How you doing, everybody? Well, basically, I don't know. I remember goes back to the time when I was a kid. I grew up on 33rd and Carpenter, and basically at the time back then, growing up, it was, all loaded with gangs all up and down Morgan. And my father moved me and my brother and sister, moved our family out to Indiana to get us away from the gangs. And I mean, if not, I'm sure I would have ended up a gang member myself. But I mean, throughout the time growing up that I was out in Indiana, I would, often come back and forth, into the city to visit family, and seen a lot of progress in the neighborhood.
This guy fucked me up. Not right now. Come on, man. Is this still rolling? Go ahead. It's still rolling.
But yeah, basically, being gone, I could see it a little more than I would have if I would have been here. But a lot of people would say that Bridgeport turned around for the better, and I'll admit a lot of better quality of people moved into the neighborhood, but the gangs didn't go.
All right, we're back again. I'm back again here in Bridgeport by Halston and 31st, and I'm with Mike Raddick, who grew up in Bridgeport and then moved away because of the gangs and came back. Now, Mike, when you were living here, you were born here in this area?
Yes.
Okay, and your whole family was in this area. How long? Was your dad born here?
Yeah, my dad was born and raised here, and my mother was also. My grandfather just passed away a couple of months back. He was had a body shop on 35th and Sangamon.
What was your grandfather's name?
Russell Root, R-O-O-T. He had a body shop there for about 65 years.
Okay, so you were here when Daly was here.
Yep.
This was all Irish.
Yep.
So now, do you remember? Do you recall? That there were some sprinkle of Puerto Ricans, but they're mostly white, all white, where you couldn't really tell?
Yeah, definitely.
So there were white Puerto Ricans here. You remember?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so you never got in the gangs, Mike, right?
No.
Why was that?
Well, I mean, basically, my father moving us out to Indiana is, the main reason, I guess. Moving out there, it just got us away from the whole lifestyle, and it's just a lot different living out there. And when I got into my teenage years, I wanted to work with my dad, and that's what I did. Got me busy, and also I'm a musician, so playing in bands and things like that helped you.
So you got a lot of talent. Now, let me ask you something. From your own mouth, when you were young, what kind of gangs were here, as far as race?
Well, I mean, mostly Mexican, I would say, along Morgan there, but I mean, there was, all the gangs that there are now, but I mean, as far
Were there white gangs?
Yeah, I mean, there were some white gangs, Popes, I guess, what else?
Chancellor?
Gay lords.
Gang lords?
The gay lords.
Oh, the gay lords. Okay,
Yeah.
we're familiar with the gay lords up in the north side.
Mostly on the north side, yeah.
But in this area, in this area here, the white people stuck together, to be honest with you, just like everybody else will, right?
Yeah.
So there were problems.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a big problem that we had a lot in the neighborhood was just, all the people were tired of all the graffiti. They'd party out in the alley and go out and paint people's garages. I remember my dad, when I was a kid, going out and following behind them with a 5-gallon bucket of paint, covering up over all their tags on the garage.
So as the gangbangers were writing and graffiti in the garages, your dad was right behind them with his bucket of paint.
Yep. Yeah, I remember one incident in particular. Me and my brother walked to the store to go and get some milk, and we're on our way back, walking down Morgan from Martinez when it was on the other side of the street. And I don't know who it was exactly, but I know the Kings were out there, and another rival gang, I guess, came through, and they had a little bit of a shootout, and the one of them shot the light out right above my brother, and the glass come falling down on him, and we were probably only about 8 or 9 years old, and that was probably the straw that broke the camel's back, and decided that my dad decided he had to get us out of here.
So you were a victim. You and your brother and your family were a victim of crossfire.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of the times, every night they basically, didn't have any.
And what years was this you're talking about now?
Like the late 80s, early 90s.
And when were you born here in Bridgeport?
I was born in 84.
Okay, so you're the same age as my son. So your dad would be in my generation also.
My dad, he was born in 55.
He's 10 years older than me. But you had a lot of brothers and sisters?
Just one brother and one sister.
Okay. Now, from what I'm told, and tell me if this is true, east of Halstead was considered to be good Bridgeport, and west of Halstead was considered to be bad, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Now, where were you living at, east or west?
We were just west of Halstead. We were living on Carpenter, 33rd. Between 32nd and 34th, it's a dead end at 34th, and there's, it's a 2-block long street there. So,
were there a lot of whites still, and then they left after?
Well, I mean, it seemed to be a popular thing that a lot of people were moving out of state, moving to, out to Indiana and things like that. They had younger kids just basically, trying to keep them from going down the wrong path. And I mean, I tell you what, it kept me from getting into the gangs and all that, but going out there, we were just getting in as much legal trouble, just, being out there and, being...
But it had nothing to do with gangs, though?
No.
And you never been in a gang, correct? To this day. Now, when you came back, did you have friends that were in gangs?
Yeah, I mean, I found a lot of my friends were, joined different gangs and that. And
were they all Mexican
no,
or white?
I mean, not all. I mean, a mix, a good mix of them, I guess.
So there were whites that joined the Hispanic gangs?
Yeah. A lot of my friends, they ended up becoming kings because of just the area that they were in,
Yeah, the Morgan Kings.
Yep. And now, I mean, the gangs didn't go away. They just seemed to concentrated in different spots more. Like back then, it was, all kings right there. And now I think there's, 2 or 3 different gangs.
SDs?
SDs, I believe.
Was there more violence back then in the 80s or more now? Which one would you say?
What? It's hard to say. I mean, I think nowadays people, they're just not as discreet about it, and they don't seem to care who's around.
So now, like everybody else over here in Chicago, well, not everybody, but a few like myself too. And I wanted to ask you, after all of that stuff, what happened to you that you got caught up? Because you're out here right now.
Well, basically, I don't know, when I was younger, I had my own heating and air conditioning company and worked and did real good for myself. Ended up hurting myself. I got into a car accident in December 2nd of 2007, and I shattered both my ankles, ended up in a wheelchair for about 6 months and had to learn to walk again. And then shortly after that, ended up having some back problems. I crushed a disc in my spine, had to have back surgery, and it's just been one thing after another. I keep, having to go back and forth over that. I got 7 herniated discs in my back, and it just led me to become an alcoholic, basically, and, drinking like a fish and just trying to deal with the pain, I guess, my own methods versus them trying to give me painkillers and things like that.
So right now, show me that thing that you showed me.
What's that?
That vaporizer.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that vaporizer and why you use it and how it is affecting you.
It's a cannabis vaporizer. I mean,
show it up. Pull it up to the screen.
I got it taped up right.
That's okay. Just put it right up so we can see it.
Basically, it's like the vaporizers that they use. To smoke nicotine. It's THC though.
And how does that affect you?
It relieves my pain, calms me down. I mean, it's just, like everyone says, that, the cannabis has good properties for inflammation and things like that. So I would definitely rather go a natural route versus having them feed me pills and all that. So,
Mike, I want to ask you something right now. If you had, okay, so I'm gonna give you the opportunity now. Let's just say, because you know how right now we are out of hand with all the shootings and murders, and it's been a while. Because I've been filming. I work for a news agency in New York. I submit the videos of crimes, and I've been following this for years. Murders all over. Sometimes I got there before the police. Yeah. So I want to ask, how do you feel about it, and what would you say to them? Taking into consideration that even though you were in a gang, that a lot of friends you knew were in gangs, and who knows, I'm pretty sure that some of them died and had horrible endings. What would you tell the kids right now in Chicago today?
It's not worth it. I mean, if I could say one thing, is just stay in school and prepare for your future, and just, stay away from the gangs. It's not worth it. Everybody that I know that's grown up in that kind of lifestyle has just told me, it wasn't worth it. The people that you think are your family and friends aren't there for you when you really need them. And it's crazy how many of my friends have been killed and shot and things like that over nothing. And it's ridiculous. Stay in school and do the right thing.
Now, what would you tell the kids also? Right now, I'm not talking to ones. We're going to put the cap at the legal. 21 to drink, right? 21 to smoke weed?
Yeah.
What would you tell them about drinking alcohol before that age when they're younger?
You got all the time in the world. I mean, it just seems like it doesn't do anything but cause more problems for you when you're in school, and people tend to be in a big hurry to grow up, I guess, and you just, I don't know, can't get those years back, and Pandora doesn't go back in the box once you do something. It's, you can't undo it, and it's definitely something that changes you for the rest of your life, So
when you hear about kids getting shot today, what's your reaction?
It's terrible. It's crazy. A lot of people, they hear about it, but it doesn't hit close to home until it happens to someone that they know, and it's ridiculous. People need to put down the guns, definitely.
That would be your recommendation too. And since you were a working man, and your father took you that way, would you say that it would be better to work a job or to be selling weed or getting into other stuff?
Yeah, it's most definitely best. I mean, to find something that you love to do, and you'll never work a day in your life, is what they say. I mean, I enjoyed doing the heating and air conditioning and all that, and I'd like to get back to work someday, but it's just a matter of my physical limitations right now. So
let me ask you a question right now. Another one, Mike, and it's personal. Are you homeless or you got a place to live?
Yeah, I'm homeless right now.
You're homeless right now?
Yeah.
So you need an aid, right? You need some backup?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, guess what, bro? You got me, bro, because you know why? I'm going to hook you up. I got you when I come out to Walgreens, and you know that my aunt lives right around the corner around here, so I'm going to look out for you. Where you been going? You been going by the park over here and behind the park?
Yeah, a little bit. I've been between here and Armour Park.
Armour Park. Okay, I can find you. You got my number. You got everything. So because your story's important, like I tell everybody here, that right now I'm in the middle of what's up, bro? Want to say hi, man?
Hey, what up, bro?
All right. I'm in the middle of writing. Come here, brother. Come over here. I'm in the middle. Ven pa acá. I'm in the middle of writing a book called Gentlemen, Kings, Lords and Knights, and there's a book about the factual book about the rising of Puerto Rican gangs in Chicago. Hey, you want to share your story? You're from the neighborhood, brother? Or you got a message for the kids out here right now that are shooting out there?
I can talk to them.
Huh?
I got juice. I can talk to them.
You can? You got juice? All right, cool. That's all you got to tell me. You're going to talk to me right after this. I need to talk to you. I need to hook up with both of you. I'm working on. I'm a news videographer. I work for.
You know what I know? I know Andrew Holmes. I know motherfuckers.
You know Andrew Holmes? I know. I'm familiar with him too.
I know Father Fager from up the West Side. I'm an insane gangster disciple since 15 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Where did you grow up at? What neighborhood?
I was born in Rockwell on the west side, 2514 West Van Buren, but I'm from West Inglewood. I'm from 63rd and Damon, from 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get together with the brothers on the streets that got juice. I'm talking about juice. We trying to put a stop to the killing with the young boys killing each other for nothing. They don't even know what they killing each other for, man. Just you know what they killing each other for? You know what they calling it? You know what they saying it for? You know what they killing each other for? Stupid shit. You know, guess what they saying? Guess what's the new thing they think why they killing each other? So guess what they said is for the clout. For the clout. We doing it for the clout. So that means like you with your like say you walking with one of your homies and then here come 3 or 4 motherfuckers walking around down the street. 2 or 3 of them got pistols, right? And then they'll tell the shorties up under them, prove y'all loyalty, man. This, that, and another, right? And for them to prove their loyalty, they gotta walk up to a motherfucker and blow their wig back.
In other words, kill him.
Right.
And it could be anybody.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now let me
You know what I'm saying?
now listen. I'm old school like you. I'm probably about the same age. From '65 I was born.
How old is you?
I'm 54 or younger. You may be younger.
55.
Oh, we're the same age. So when I know when we grew up,
This be on them at South 15, man.
that's Gangster Disciple. What is that?
GD, Gangster Disciple.
Right, Gangster Disciple.
Right there, with upside down a devil's tail.
Okay.
I've been knowing him for a while now, man. I was asking myself, I said, where my boy at? And they was up there, and he said, man, they fuck Red up. Gonna tell them to get away from up here and all that. I said, what? I said, that's my motherfucking guy, man.
So check this out. Send a message, a shout out to your boys out there. Cause guess what? We are doing something. We're working with
Give me
I got my information.
No, give me your number.
I got it. I got the card. I got
Give me
everything.
your card. I'm Tony.
Tony,
They call
Joey,
me
bro.
They call me Tony Rome in the street.
Tony Rome?
Tony Rome.
Tony Rome, that's my man. Well, hey Tony, I'm gonna give you all my information. And guess what? So right now we were having meetings with Fred Hampton Jr., Black Panther Cubs. You know, I know you know them. So and I got
I'm
them.
gonna tell you what. Guess what? You're gonna trip out.
Go ahead.
When I grew up 2514 West Man Viewing in the projects, right? Check it out. Guess who lived around the corner from me? Fred Hampton and Mark Clark. When the police went in there and they went in there and killed them, and they gonna talk about, they said, the police opened up the door, and just like that. They ain't say police or nothing. They kicked in the door and started shooting and gunned their ass up and killed them. And guess what? They 2 women was in there, and the only reason why they ain't killed them, you know why? Cause both Fred Hampton and Mark Clark, both of their wives was pregnant at the time, 7 to 8 months pregnant in the bed. That's the only reason they ain't shoot them and kill them.
Now let me ask you something. Do you remember when
2300 West Monroe, that's where they got killed, and that's like a landmark, right? If you go over there, 2300 West Monroe is a dead-end block, right? And when you see that vacant lot right there, that used to be their building. They made it a landmark. They tried to tear it down. Jesse Jackson, everybody went over there and said, y'all ain't tearing shit down. This is a landmark. Y'all came in there bogus and killed them, and now y'all gonna tell them about y'all want this and y'all want that. See, I'm like this, man. Look, I live and let live. I don't fuck with nobody like that, right? But if a motherfucker fuck up and they out of pocket, I just get on the phone, man, and I got motherfuckers to come out to woodwork. Look, G, north, south, east, west, I have it like that. All I gotta do is
we're gonna hook up because that's what's going on. You know what? Now you gave me a good idea. You know why? Because guess where we could have a meeting? Right there where they assassinated Fred Hampton and Mark Clark. Right. We'll have a meeting there too. But dig this. Do you remember back in the 60s when you were young, when you were a little kid, when Fred Hampton was around and actually on the street, how he organized all the youth, black, whites, right, Puerto Ricans,
see, they went all together
Rainbow
like
Coalition?
That. They went all together like that. Because back in the day, they laid up there, they actually wanted to just eliminate all the Black Panthers, right? Because when they first started hitting them, the motherfuckers thought they was just from Chicago. They was from L.A., they was from New York, they was from up here, and motherfuckers didn't even know it. Yeah. Because they killed Fred, they killed, what's the old boy, man, used to have it for L.A., what is
not Huey Newton.
Williams. Yeah.
One of those over there.
Huey Newton.
Now,
killed Tim.
what is your reaction right now? I'm gonna get both of you. Come over here. What is your reaction to hearing and seeing that the Bloods and Crips united across the United States, united together to help the community? What is your reaction?
I don't know who to
Powerful. I
trust.
mean, if they
It's
use
the power
it
thing,
for a
cause
good thing,
it's the
then,
power
you know,
thing,
they
cause
stop
guess what I heard about? Y'all gonna chip out. Y'all probably don't know this. Motherfuckers, the Bloods and the Crips, right? They done teamed up together with each other to go against the police. Cause they say the police down there bogus.
Yeah.
They killing motherfuckers, putting guns on them, talking about they pulled a gun on me so we shot them and killed them, all that stupid shit. Never happened, bro. They blow somebody where they put a gun on them, and then look, by the time the white shirt come, the supervisor and them come, right? How the dead man gonna talk and he dead?
Yeah.
They been doing that shit for years, man. Give me your.
I am right now.
Give me your number.
Oh, we're hooked up.
Give me your number.
What is your reaction to the? Do you think we could do it here though? If they got united, the Bloods and Crips, you could think Chicago could do it too. That's the question.
Yeah, they could do it. It's just who got pulled and got dudes. Look. I know governors. I know regions. I know everybody. They try to give me no more rank. They try to make me a governor between us. They try to give me a governor slot, right? Last time I was locked up, I was hooked up, right? Them bitches made me, I was the chief enforcer for the Gangster disciples, man. Chief enforcer.
In the Illinois State Penitentiary?
All of them. St. Charles, Shawnee, all over this bitch. I started going to St. Charles, man, when I was 13.
What do you think? What's your reaction to the Bloods and Crips united together?
It's definitely possible in Chicago. I mean, just a matter of where their minds are at. I mean, all the gangs out there, number one thing is the money. They all want to get,
Right.
Everyone wants to get rich. It's all about the money. But I think it would be in their favor, definitely, to work together and organize and, be able to do more for their communities and for their children. That's the most important thing. That's the future.
All right, thanks for your interview. We're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go in there and hook you up, and we're gonna get tight because we're gonna do some work. I'm already on the work. And as far as I'm gonna pull a couple of things for some side jobs for you, since heating and air conditioning. There may be a laborer that I know, but he don't know heating and air conditioning. So you can get jobs when you tell him how to do it. He does it. You train him, and you'll get paid. All right.
That's what's up.
All right then. Cool. Now, all right. That's it.